Every morning, you wake up tired. Not physically, psychologically. Because no matter how hard you worked yesterday, today feels like you're starting from zero again. Zero momentum, zero leverage, zero carryover. And if that sounds familiar, this video will explain exactly why your effort keeps resetting and how to make it finally accumulate instead of disappearing. Think about this. You work hard. You make plans. You stay consistent. For a while. But somehow, yesterday's effort doesn't reduce today's workload. Progress never feels permanent. Success feels temporary, not stable. So you push harder. And the harder you push, the more exhausted you feel. That's not because you're lazy. It's because your effort is being spent in a system that doesn't compound. And when effort doesn't compound, it resets. Every single day. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Effort does not automatically create momentum. It only creates motion. And motion without structure resets. Every single day. That's why some people work nonstop and feel stuck, while others work less and seem to move forward effortlessly. The difference isn't discipline. It's not willpower. It's not even intelligence. It's that their effort doesn't reset. Their work from yesterday makes today easier. Your work from yesterday makes today feel exactly the same. And that difference compounds over time into completely different outcomes. Your brain is designed to conserve energy. So when you work hard today, your brain asks one question tomorrow. Did that reduce future effort? If the answer is no, motivation drops. Because psychologically, repeating the same cost without accumulation feels like failure, even if you're improving. This is why burnout happens before success for most people. Not because effort is bad, but because effort without carryover feels pointless to the nervous system. Your brain isn't lazy. It's efficient, and it refuses to keep investing energy into systems that don't build equity. That exhaustion you feel isn't weakness. It's your nervous system signaling. This pattern doesn't lead anywhere. And until you change the pattern, the exhaustion won't stop, no matter how motivated you try to be. Here's what resets your effort. You're solving new problems every day instead of deepening one system. Different tasks, different priorities, different directions. So nothing hardens into habit. Nothing turns into leverage. Nothing becomes automatic. You are always doing, never installing. And here's why that matters. When you solve a different problem every day, you're training your brain to expect variety. When your brain expects variety, it can't create defaults. When defaults don't form, everything requires conscious effort. And conscious effort is exhausting. That's the reset loop. New problem, new effort, no automation, exhaustion, repeat. Imagine filling a bucket with a hole at the bottom. Every day, you pour water in. Every night, it drains out. So you conclude, I need to pour faster. But speed was never the issue. The system leaks. Your workday looks productive, but structurally, it can't hold progress. And no amount of motivation fixes a structural problem. You don't need more willpower. You need to patch the leak. And the leak is this. You're doing work that disappears instead of work that installs. People who scale don't work harder. They ask a different question. What effort, once done, removes future effort? That's the compounding test. If today's work does not reduce tomorrow's decisions, simplify future actions, create default behavior, it will reset. This is why systems beat motivation. Motivation asks for permission every day. Systems run without asking. And when you stop needing permission from your energy levels, progress finally becomes sustainable. Not because you got more disciplined, but because you stopped making discipline necessary. If your effort feels heavy, it's not because you're weak. It's because you keep paying the same cost without building permanence. And your brain is tired of it. The exhaustion you feel isn't a character flaw. It's feedback. Your nervous system is telling you, this pattern doesn't accumulate. And once you hear that signal clearly, you can finally stop fighting yourself and start building systems that actually compound. Because when effort compounds, progress feels lighter, not heavier. And that's when consistency finally becomes sustainable. You don't need more motivation. You need effort that stays, stacks, compounds. Because when effort compounds, progress feels lighter, not heavier. And that's when consistency finally becomes sustainable. Most people are stuck fighting the reset every single day. Not because they're not trying hard enough, but because they're trapped in a structure that can't hold progress. Once you see that, everything changes. You stop measuring effort by how hard you're working. You start measuring it by whether yesterday made today easier. And that one shift is what ends the exhaustion cycle. If this helped you see effort differently, the next thing you need to understand is why most people confuse movement with progress, and how that confusion keeps them stuck for years. That's what I break down next.